Hey guys, welcome to Girls Chat. We are so glad to have you. Today we're gonna be talking about friendships, and in here we have beautiful ladies just about to talk about what friendships looks like in their lives, right? So, my name is Kaylene. Before we continue, we're just going to get to know them more, and we're going to start with what season of life you're in, and what's your favorite color and why.
Hi, I'm Sheila. My favorite color is black. I like black because it's basic, and I am a teacher.
Oh, nice.
Hi everybody, my name is Robin. My favorite color, pink, has to be pink. Do you know why? I read somewhere that says, actually this is for girls. If you start loving pink, you have healed your inner child.
Wow.
So, and my the current place that I'm in life right now, I am a student. I am a future anthropologist. I can say I'm an anthropologist right now, but I'm an anthropologist.
Come
Yes,
on.
Yes, yes.
Hi, my name is Marilyn. My favorite color is teal because, well, I love blues and the ocean. And yeah, that's why that's my favorite color. And I am currently in the season of waiting to go to university in January. Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, nice. I think I've already said my name, but I've not said my favorite color in the season of life I'm in. I've already said I'm Kaylene. Um, so my favorite color is, I'd say it's changed to brown. Sorry, it's brown. But there are people who claim that it's purple in disguise. It's just that I'm refusing. The people are laughing right now, and so I choose to believe my color is brown. So, ladies, let's dive into it. The first question I have is, what would you say your experience has been over the past few years in female relationships? I don't know if I clarified that, but we're going to talk about friendships in general, but in kind of like a specific way in female friendships. So what would you say your experience has been? Anyone can say it. We don't need to go in any other in like fashion or anything, but yeah, maybe Robin, you can start us off. What has been your experience in female friendships?
That's a great question. For me, I think when I compare when I was a kid and like right now, they're very different. When I was young, like how I made friends, it was based on, oh, we vibe with this person. Let's go on. So that's how I had friends that time. But now that I'm an adult, they're more specific. That time I could become friends with anyone as long as they love me back and we're vibing. Yes. But now I'm very specific, driven. Is this relationship going to buy into me, and I'm going to buy into the relationship? And also, being now a Christian, a serious Christian, that also matters because you know how person.
What would you say? What is a serious Christian? Like when you say serious
No,
Christian?
like when I say now a serious Christian is I am now firm with my decisions with God. If that time I could be friends with someone who is okay with things that I'm not okay in faith, that time I would be like, see, it's your own problem. But now I know how much that affects me. I was listening to someone who said this in the Bible where it says that the person who walks with fools, it affects them in Proverbs. And the person who walks with wise men, in the same way, you're going to be filled with wisdom. So even that affects how I'm having my friends right now. So yeah.
That's beautiful. What has been your experience?
I agree. When I was younger, like making friends was so easy. You know, if you like the person, oh, that person looks cute, I want to be their friend. You know,
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing. And then as I grew up, I started to realize that not everybody is my friend. Not everybody has the best intentions for me. And that was really hard because I like to believe the best in people. So it was just really hard to realize that, what? Maybe not. So for the past 2 years, it's been really hard because I moved from homeschool to now school, and making friends was so hard. Like I made them, and then like you just realize this is not a great friend. Like sure, she's Christian, but it doesn't go well, and it's hard to like let go when you think it's so great. But you just have to trust God and be like, okay, maybe it's time for this specific person to like walk out of my life, and that's okay.
Wow,
Yeah.
we're gonna delve deeper into that. That's one of the things I wanted to talk about. But before that, can tell us, how has your experience been?
Well, my friendships were based off of proximity. Like if you live close by, you're automatically my friend. I don't care who you are. Don't care where you come from. I come and eat at your house. I go and watch shows at your house. It was as simple as that. Then growing up, moving from place to place kind of put a string on my friendships because I always kept on wondering, oh, am I going to make friends in this new place? Am I going to be able to connect the way we had to connect back then? Because when you're a child, like you said, it doesn't really take much because I've never really been one to be friends with people who have the same kind of beliefs or ideas, like me, ideologies rather, like me. I just make a friend. You talk, okay. If you don't talk, we'll figure out something. Do you like the same food as me? Okay, cool. You don't? Let me try yours and you will try mine and we see if we can try and figure it out. So slowly by slowly, I think for me, proximity was the biggest thing. Then as I grew up, I realized, oh, now that I'm grown and I can actually be allowed to leave the house, I can, make friends from whichever country, from whichever city. It's completely fine as long as I'm able to connect with you, and it kind of created like a deeper sense of knowing where my friend is spiritually, mentally, emotionally, physically. Doesn't really matter where or how. I think it's all from a base of love. I love you, and that's it. Although the whole entire aspect of, having to be loved in return is what actually creates the foundation of the friendship, because you can be pouring into somebody and then you're not receiving what you want back. And I think that's what is usually like the hurdle, especially in female friendships, because with guys, I believe that, I don't really need to pour much. I can just say one or two or play a game with you. I'm just saying, I don't know if it's true. Correct me if I'm wrong. But then for females, we tend to relate more from an emotional perspective. Like,
Yeah.
I need you to see me as much as I want to see you and things like that. So growing up, it became really hard because, different strategies and, issues, personalities, ways of growing up. People don't tend to open up as much as you'd want them to in return. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I think I kind of relate to that because even for me, friendships have always been so important to me. I don't know how, but they were such a big deal. I guess now that I see my sisters growing up is like, it reaches a point when like around 13, when I became a kind of like a teenager of a sort, that's when like friendships were everything. I could care less about my father and mother or even my family, but friends for me was such an important thing. Whatever they say, however they feel, affects everything about my life. And growing up is when now it reached a point where I was like, I realized like sometimes I pour into some people, some of my friends, more than they pour into me. Not being broad, like basically me giving my time, my effort, where we meeting, talking, I'm the one who's doing that more than the other person. So that made me start asking questions. Some of my friends started asking me questions, and I started having interesting conversations with friends on where am I on your friends list? Like, am I close? Am I far? And that was such a weird turning point to me. And I guess now that I'm growing and grown and an adult, that's when I'm realizing like not everyone is, like, stopping myself to call everyone a friend and choosing where the person is. Are they an are they an acquaintance, or are they my school guy? What do you call people who are in
Your schoolmate.
your schoolmate? Like, kind of like putting them in the place, because then it used to hurt me because I'm calling you my friend but you're not acting like my, and then I realized, oh, I wasn't even part of your, or maybe someone expects so much out of me, but to me they were not close like that. So I guess it's hard because I don't know how. It's such a hard conversation to have, because you're just like, how do you come to someone and say, I don't think you're my close friend. I find you as a schoolmate. Yeah.
But I feel like that's something that needs to be done.
Yeah.
Because unlike romantic relationships, friendships lack accountability.
Yeah.
In the sense that you can feel, okay, not accountability per se, but they lack, should I say discretion? in the sense that I can be open with you to tell you I'm not where you think I am with you. It's nothing personal. It's not that it's about you. I'm good. I'm fine. I can vibe with you. I can talk with you, but then it's not that deep. I don't know. I think maybe we don't say it because we just assume the other person will get hurt.
Yeah.
Or we don't say it because we just assume, oh, you'll get the vibe as we go along. I don't call you as much as you call me. And I think everything is left to chance, and then people end up getting hurt because you don't really communicate what you want out of the bond to begin with. So yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. So before as we're talking about this, I'm thinking about female friendships, and we've all had different things about female friendships that they are so hard. In fact, me, when I grew up, I used to tell people, girls can never be my friends. I was that girl. Do you know that girl trope that is in every movie where she's with her books and then she's with her boys? That was me.
Yeah.
She's called there's a name. Give me the name. What's the name? Pick Me. The Pick Me girl.
Oh my God.
Now that I grew is when I realized. But anyway, but I feel like that's kind of like, which I guess we can really talk about that. But I used to feel like girls are too dramatic, girls are too this, they're blah blah blah. And I guess now we can talk about it, but it was like a thing that was said. And now that I'm grown, I'm like, it's not even true, you know. So what's your experience with that? Anyone can, yeah.
Okay. I mean, I definitely agree with you. Like growing up, it was like, you know, some point in your teens, you're like, you know, girls are so much work. They're snakes. They're gonna come and bite you, and you know, like all those things.
Yeah.
So it's definitely about realizing that, you know, that's not what it's about, and that you just have to find the right friends. And sometimes when you've been through so much with girls, it always hits you harder than friends with guys, you know. If you stop being a friend with a girl, it hits you so hard, and sometimes you just be like, no, I'm done, you know.
Yeah.
I'm done. I don't want any more friends who are girls. Yeah, I think.
Yeah. What made you change your mind? Like what instance made you like change your mind with that to have from that mentality to now what you believe in right now?
I mean, okay, for example, I think parents also play like a really large role in like friendships. They'll give you advice and whatever, and you have to choose. You have to have discernment, you know, pray to God for discernment.
Yeah.
To see like what you can take from that and what you can also learn for yourself and do more in your life. So like, for example, I had really close friends, and then for some reason or another we stopped talking, and I put in all the effort to like try and get back with her, be her friend. I told her I'll sacrifice this and this and this, but she really didn't want it. And she was a Christian friend, which for me, that was my only Christian friend at the time. So, you know, that
That
it
hits
takes
hard. Yeah.
it hits so hard.
Yeah.
Because like, who am I going to talk to about this Christian stuff? Like other people don't understand. So I think I just had to realize that it's okay. Even if that person walks out of my life, I'll find another person. And you know, even if you have God, sometimes being alone it's not so bad, you know? And you know that you have to trust that he'll have friends that are gonna come for you, like to be your friends. Like even after I left this girl, she didn't want to talk to me anymore. I cried, I left, I moved on, and then I found some other friends. They're Christian as well.
Oh, wow.
And I learned so much from them, and I'm so grateful that even though that was what I went through, I got something great out of it in the end, you know?
Yeah. That's beautiful. What do you think, Robin?
Interesting. I think me, I have my own pattern of like girls being friends. Of course, there are times that I could say, yeah, me,
Well,
I don't
did
do-
you have that mentality in the first place? Is this something that you went through? Or for you, girls have just always been...
I think I always had the best girlfriend.
Which is
Also,
which
I
is
think
beautiful.
For me, I never, if someone said that a group of people they have this character, I will not accept that until I'm with
See for
one
yourself.
person there and the friends who I had around me. Yes, I could see that there are some girls who have some attitudes, but that's that person's personality. It's not mine.
Yeah.
You know, if I said all girls are like that, it means
You-
even
also
me, I'm
you, it's
dramatic,
true,
and
it's true.
please, I'm not a bad person anyway. So I think there's difference between like your friend as a person. Even if I took a boy or a girl for my friend, like when, like even that time, when I nothing has changed, that I look at people's personalities and be like, you'll be my friend. You make jokes. You understand my jokes.
Come here. Let's talk about it. Oh yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah.
What was the question?
Like, kind of like, what changed your idea? First of all, did you even have that mentality that girls are dramatic, blah blah blah? And if you did, or do you still have it? It's like, where are you in that?
I think I'm the one who fueled that whole thing. I wasn't I wasn't a good friend. So for me, I think when people left, they would go with the whole friends at work. They're really hard work because I the whole concept of friendship for me was very weird as a kid. So again, moving from place to place, you tend to hold on to people that are, close to you. So I used to give and give and give and then get so angry when it's not, done to me. So instead of actually communicating, I'm not even sure if I knew how to communicate as a child. I just went into straight manipulation. I'm sorry, guys. I went into straight manipulation for like the better part of my childhood growing into high school. And I'd make like good friends and we'd be in a clique. It wasn't that I had one best friend. I had like 6, 7. So it's like I'm manipulating all of you and all of you have different stories about my life. I'm just sitting there making pity parties so that I can get what I want. Then eventually when they left, I was just like, okay. I will follow you to the ends of the earth and I will make sure you will stay my friend. And if you don't, I will kill you. Okay, I'm joking. But then it is the whole point. I will find you. And it is I will find you. Not I will find you. And I love you. No, I will find you and you will love me. I wasn't really okay with staying by myself. I wasn't good, just being by myself and enjoying my own personality, my own presence. So I had to have somebody on the side. So slowly by slowly, the whole victim mentality came in and I was like, no, you guys are the ones that are work. I loved you. I cared for you. And God is just like, girl, no, you were the problem. So I took some time off from the whole, clique and friendships thing and just wanted to kind of figure it out by myself. And then once the friends came back afresh, I started to realize love is entirely about freedom. I love you, so go. I love you, so be whoever you want to be in this space. I love you in your confusion, in your stress, in whatever it is. Just like Robin. I don't care if you're a boy or a girl. You're my friend. We can laugh at our jokes. You might not even get my jokes. Personally, it doesn't really. For me, I think, because I'm not really good with small talk, I won't tell you about the weather. I want you to know why you don't like orange. Why are you obsessed with noodles? I need to know that. I want to know that. I'm interested in you. And I'm working on the small talk, yes, because I feel like now just because I can't do small talk, now I won't be friends with you. No. It's something I'm working towards. But then if it's a boy or a girl, but I feel like especially for us, because it's really necessary, I love you now in whatever form or capacity you can come in. But then it's not at the expense of me as a person. So I eventually kind of not necessarily leave it to chance, but create a space that can be comfortable for both you and me. And if it doesn't work for both of us, kind of raise a concern, kind of be like, oh,
which is what you were saying earlier. Yeah.
I'm not really okay with this. And I'd like to talk to you about it and I'd like to make you feel comfortable as well. So am I the problem? Are you the problem? Or is it seasons? Because when you grow up, you come to realize sometimes it's not even about you.
Yeah.
Because when something goes wrong in the friendship, I was even telling Kaylene, I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
My friend is going through a lot. And I keep on feeling that, oh, I'm the problem. I'm the issue. I'm not reaching out a lot. I'm not talking. Or maybe she told me something with confidence and maybe I just feel like, oh, maybe I didn't keep it the way she wanted me to keep it. Or maybe I shared with the wrong people. And I keep on wondering, did I do something wrong? Is it that you don't want to talk to me? And it's just like, it's life. It's just life. People are going through seasons. People are going through hurdles. It's not about you. So also just putting that mentality in my head that, oh, I have a friend and she also has her entire life. She's not my sidekick. she's not the side character in my
True.
sitcom.
True.
I'm just as much as a side character in her sitcom. So this is her episode. So let her figure out whatever she needs to figure out, and then just kind of let us flow. Kind of just go with the tides.
And
When
then
we
I
rise,
think-
we pray.
yeah.
When we go down, we pray.
Yeah.
When we're stable, we pray. Simple as that.
I think that's beautiful because Jesus calls us a friend, right? And it's so interesting, like how friendships really show him. Because sometimes I see my friends going through a lot, and me, I didn't know this, and which is what I want to talk about. What has friendship shown you about yourself? And I think for me, it's showed me how much I'm a fixer. I want to fix your situation. I want, when you tell me this, I just want to fix it. You're sad, let's make you happy.
I
You
feel
know,
that,
like
yeah.
you're going through life and you're making a mistake. I need to show you you're making this mistake. Otherwise, we're gonna die, all of us. Like, we need to do this. And I think it shows the character of Jesus, that him calling us a friend. That's why sometimes when we pray some things, he does not necessarily fix it, but he wants to be a friend with you in that season. He wants to sit with you as you make these mistakes. He's willing to just walk with you and be like, do you think that's a good idea? And you're just like, for me, I'd rather him tell me that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Let's go to that. But for him, he's more, let's talk about what exactly, do you think that's a good idea? Do you wanna, and it's so interesting to see the beauty of Jesus as being a friend, right? So I know you've already said that. So for the two of you, what has friendships shown you about yourself?
Interesting. I think I am still learning. Because one thing about me, in as much as I used to get friends, I never used to get attached to their issues, because I will feel so burdened. Like, I want to do something, but it's too much pressure. Then I'm like, I have too much to carry yours. So for me to feel better, I used to like drop that friend. So, and then I will feel bad later. I'm like, oh man, I should not have done that. But then to me, it's too. I'm feeling like I'm drowning because of your issue. Then my mind is like, it's not a must.
But it's because you feel what
Yeah,
they say.
It's
Yeah.
so overwhelming.
Yeah.
Because for me, I feel like I'm drowning.
Yeah.
And to me, for me to solve issues even in my life, I drop them. You will not stress me. Because that's when I was telling, if my shoe was not fitting me and it hurts, I'm gonna throw it away. I will walk
barefoot.
because I do not need any stress.
Yeah. Yeah.
So even when I used to get friends who have something that's gonna stress them out that moment, I'm like, so just drop that thing. We will not be stressed for a week
For the same thing.
because I will feel hurt. I will feel it too much. I am not sleeping, and my mind is like, imagine we can drop this thing. It's not a must. But I think I'm still learning those parts, because when I was young, it is rare to find your friend who has a problem. Even if they do, we are both kids. It's not hurting like that.
Yeah.
But right now it's
Yeah, like that life-changing
So I am
stuff.
still learning. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say I can say, oh, I have completely learned who I am, but I have learned that I do carry people's burdens. I may not show you that I'm feeling it, but inside I will
really-
think about you day and when I'm
night.
in the shower, when I'm eating, when I'm drinking, every time I'm thinking. Yeah.
I think it's a beautiful thing because it's a quality that I guess God has given you, right? So it's a place of, I feel like we are related because for me it's the same thing. You carry that person to the point that you want to fix, because if you can't fix it,
this thing
like but then again it shows Jesus's character in this thing, that he sits with you and he feels your emotion and he keeps you in it,
Sorry. That's like I was reading, like there's this devotional Nini I was reading, and it's called Lies That Women Believe. And then they talk about Jesus and they say sometimes the world makes you feel like Jesus does not understand your whatever you're going through, and then they wrote there, Jesus feels you. When you're in pain, he's in pain. When you're happy, he's happy. Then I was like, Jesus, come. I don't believe this. What do you mean when I'm in pain, you're in pain? I'm in pain a lot. I was like, Holy Spirit, make me understand this thing. And then Holy Spirit reminded me about Lazarus. And then he was like, Jesus was not crying because Lazarus is dead.
Mm.
Yes, of course there are other things, but it is said he cried after one of the sisters came to Jesus and told him, if you were here,
Yeah.
this like that, like
Oh,
he
the
felt
pain.
the pain.
The actual pain of
And he
it.
didn't
Yeah.
cry because Lazarus was dead. He felt whatever she was going through. Then Jesus was like, I'm like, never mind.
Never mind. What about you?
I definitely agree with you guys that when my friends are going through something, I feel like it's me. I have to fix it.
Yeah.
If I don't, then we're failed.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
failed you. You failed.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's hard to realize that maybe even the best thing I can do for you as a friend is to pray for you,
True.
because even just wanting to fix it, you try, and you may even make it worse.
Yeah.
make it
It's
worse for
actually
her.
so true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You make it worse for yourself. Like, I was being called the little piglet by my friends the other day because I'm always in the middle. I don't even know how. I just want to help, and I always end up being in the middle, and it always like comes back to bite me in my bum because I'm like, what did I do? I was just trying to help.
Yeah.
So I think even just realizing that it's okay for me to just stand aside, and if they need me, they'll come and ask me, but I don't have to always like go and tell them my opinion, or go and give them all this information.
Advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also in a season where your friend is going through something, just realizing just being there for them is enough. And sometimes you don't even need to like be sending them all these messages, calling them all the time. Even just being there for when they need you. 'Cause
Yeah.
sometimes they don't want to talk. Sometimes
Yeah.
they've gone through something hard that is like, hey man, I can't talk to any of you right now. You also have to understand. And I think that was something I really struggled with, understanding that they're going through that and I have to wait for them to come to me and not always go to them. Yeah.
That's so beautiful.
I love that.
It's so beautiful. So I think as we wrap up, I'd kind of like wrap it up and talk to someone who maybe is this area of friendships is just tough. And maybe they're losing someone, or they have lost someone, or they feel like they're losing someone. As a friend, what would you say to that person? And yeah, what's something that you would advise someone?
We'd sum it up to love is freedom at the end of the day. I feel like one of those girls who tell you, let go. Or let go, let God. But no, honestly speaking, you can't hold on to a person. Have you tried holding on to a person? You know, the way it's so hard to hold on to them. You'll use the times you shared, you'll use manipulation, you'll use intimidation. Sorry, I was one of those friends because I used to keep my friends like socks and stockings and swimming costumes in my bag. So if you don't talk to me, I don't give them to you.
I would fight you.
or if we were in a clique and you're not talking to me, I make sure the rest don't talk to you.
Yo.
I'm so serious. And
It's
you know,
a safe space.
back then, I never knew that I had that power. I never knew I had that power. And then it's because I'm so quick with my mouth. Like, I can literally twist the information to make it suit me. So by the time I'm going to these other friends, for real, they're not listening to you. And we'll even make you get cut off from the group. So by the time people are coming back, they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, see, I told you, I'm the only one for you. And you see, it was wrong. But then, now growing up, you really can't manipulate people. It's wrong.
It's very
And I
wrong.
think that females, because we tend to like want people to understand our emotions, I feel like if you understood me, why are you leaving me? Am I a bad person? Did I do something wrong? And then at the end of the day, it comes back to you. And maybe the season isn't just for you. You know? Human beings are human beings. They make choices. And let's say it's not even about whether the choice is right or wrong. It's just that the choice is solely theirs. So it's not in the aspect of saying, let go. I've let go then. They're no longer my friend. No, it's more of the aspect of God. Jesus, I'm really struggling. I thought this friend was a lifelong friend, but it turns out they were just a seasonal friend. And I don't know what to do with this information. I'm angry. I'm frustrated. I want to keep them. I want to call them and I want to talk to them. Please help me. That way you can be able to slowly release them. That's what I used to do when my friends left. I used to wake up every day and genuinely, like Robin, they are on my mind 24/7. I'm one of those friends that even go through your Facebook, your mom's Facebook, your dad's Facebook.
You are involved.
I'm involved. because I had their phone numbers to begin with.
Yeah.
I had a friend, I had their family doctor's phone number.
My friend. Yours is a different case.
When I tell you I used to mother my friends,
Yeah.
it's not even because that's not the role I should play. If I am your friend, I should be willing to let. I think that's what
To
Jesus
let you
does.
go, yeah.
Jesus lets you.
And when you leave, he waits.
He waits
He
for
waits. He
you.
does not go. Of course, he runs after you in the way of he's willing for you to have the freedom of going and coming back.
because
Yeah.
it's your decision.
Yeah.
So you leave that door open,
Mm.
and then when they come back, it's hi. I've missed you. How are you doing?
Mm.
Maybe you have formed new relationships. So it's not necessarily that they'll reclaim their space, but
Mm.
it's more of it's good to see you. I hope you're well. I wish you well. Not the way I used to do it, like you thought you could leave.
Look
Please,
at
I
you
was
now.
very toxic. Please forgive me. I think I'm a nice person now. The Lord has changed me.
You're a
Please
good
be
friend,
my
Sheila.
friend.
You're a good friend. Robin, what do you think?
I think what I'd tell someone who's struggling to have or make friends right now, I think I'd go back and tell you to look at the people in the Bible. Look at David and Jonathan.
Mm.
So you look into yourself and be like, I want to make friends, but before I go make a friend, I want that friend to be kind to me. Am I kind? I want that friend to be like the characters that I want out of someone else. Am I those?
Am I that? Yeah, that's
And-
beautiful.
And one thing now that we're even Christians, and if, like God, even not being a Christian, is that tell God to teach you how to be a good friend before you start asking for a friend. Like friendships are as important as relationships, like romantic relationships. Because if God is so detailed as to get you one person on earth, I'm not saying like there's only one person, but I'm saying God is so detailed to one day you're gonna have your husband, you're gonna have your wife. He's also the same way detailed to give you a good friend. It can be one, they can be many, but of course you'll be given as much as you can handle, like the talents. But what I tell someone who is struggling to have friends, first of all, don't be stressed about it. You'll get the friend you need to get. David had Jonathan. Other people in the Bible had their friends, and it's like what you said, love is freedom. It's gonna go smoothly. You don't have to put so much effort in something that God is so detailed to give you. If he knew you before you were born, he formed, like before he put in your mother's, he knew you. He knew even the friends he's going to give you.
Right.
And the truth is, we need people. Like there's this time I used to tell God, I think I'm at a place where I don't need people in my life. And then I used to tell God, okay, God, I feel so lonely. I want you to go with me to museums. I want you to go with me to cafes. You know?
Jesus
And
date.
then Jesus was like, why are you asking the human form of me when I've given you people around you? Do you get it? Like God is God, but he told me there's a reason why I put you on earth
And community.
where there are people.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I was like, wait a minute.
Cannot be an
Yes.
island. It's not you and
So
Jesus
what I
against
said,
the world.
first of all, don't embrace. You know how the world tells you, oh, be alone.
Yeah.
It's a lie.
Solo
It's a
dates.
straight up lie. Like,
It's
you
beautiful
need
though.
Yeah.
There's a place of being alone, but you
Yes.
don't need to be lonely.
Yes. You don't need to be separated.
Yes.
24/7. I'm saying God told me there's a reason why I put you on earth where there are people. I wanted to be alone 24/7, and I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
But yes, one thing I had gotten my time of spending with God and understanding what I need out of a friend. So even if I get a friend, I'm not going to replace that moment where my friendship with Jesus now and replace it with someone, because I'm already comfortable with my time with Jesus and my time with someone. I can't mix those two. I already know how to fight both and how to bring them together. But what I tell someone is that don't worry about it. As much as God is so detailed to create you, to give you a name, to give you such a family, you'll have that friend.
Yeah.
But even as you wait
Are
for that
waiting.
friend, prepare to be that good friend
Yeah.
also, so that you do not become that cup that is taking out of the other cup and you're not pouring into the
That's
other
so
cup.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful to hear that, because you hear that for relationships, romantic relationships, but you don't hear that about friends. You think that it's just for your boyfriend or husband, but it's so beautiful to hear. What do you think as a closing remark?
Oh, okay. I think that every time I've lost a friend, I feel like God is trying to teach me something. and you have to be like open up enough to like accept that that's what's happening and to learn something rather than just being so sad about what's going on, you know. For example, something that I learned was that I don't have to love or I'm not supposed to love somebody the way I want to love them. I need to love them the way they need to be loved. And I think that's so important. And sometimes we forget that. We just want to say, you did this for me, let me do it for you. Or maybe that's not the person's love language even, yeah? So I think that's really important. So every time God closes a door, he opens a new one. You lose a friend, you gain another one, you know? It's not saying that they, like you guys have said, that it's going to replace. No, it will never replace. That someone will always hold a special part in your heart, right? But it's about opening yourself up to experiencing new things. And also, a good piece of advice is that never close yourself off, even when like a friendship has failed. Never close yourself off and be like, oh no,
Never.
now I can never have a
Yeah.
friend again, you know, I can't do this. No, just be strong, like ask God for the strength to be open enough to like even accept new friendships. Yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. I think that's kind of a beautiful way to end this episode. I think for me, it would just be, you know, keep on holding on to Jesus in the way, like walking your friendships with Jesus, holding his hand, even as you're holding your friend's hands, and basically talk to Jesus about what to do, how to do them, you know. I find sometimes when my friend is talking, I'm talking to Jesus as they're talking so that I can be able to hear what I'm hearing well. But yeah, that's, I think, a beautiful way to end it. Thank you, girls. So nice to have you, and bye.
Bye.